What's going on, young preacher? I'm so glad you're here for another episode of Dear Young Preacher. You look good, and I'm really glad you're watching. We're sitting at a piano, and most people actually don't know this about me, but I took piano for 8 years when I was a kid, so I wanted to play you guys something. I'm not that good. I just want to let you know that in advance. In the 8 years, I only remember this one song, and so here we go. Today, we're talking about surrounding yourself with people who recognize your weaknesses but can complement them really well. Know your people. Roll intro. What's going on, young preacher? So glad you're here for another episode. My name's Benji, and as always, Steven is in the back. And we're so glad that you're watching this. You look good across the camera universe. As we said in the intro, today we're talking about knowing your people. Knowing your people, and I'm really excited about this concept and this talk. You know, a lot of times for us young preachers and young people in ministry in all walks of life, we're really good at noting our strengths. You know, and so for me, I think I'm a great communicator, great at relational building, great with, woodwork. I have a lot of strengths, but oftentimes I neglect the weaknesses. Don't notice the things that are creeping up behind me. Don't notice the things that are, near that I'm really bad at, that I suck at. And it's really important for us as young people to surround ourselves with people who complement our weaknesses. And so where I'm strong, but when I'm weak, I need someone, who's strong at what I'm weak at. God's given us people as the greatest gift. Well, the greatest gift is Jesus, but God's given us a great asset, which is to live in community with others. So he's allowed us to surround ourselves with people who, are out for our vested interest and growth. So it's important for us to be surrounded and be in community with the people who could see our blind spots. The people who could say, Benji, you suck at piano, but I'm really good at it. That in order to be an effective leader, to be an effective communicator, to be effective at this thing called life that God has called us to, you can't be surrounded by people who are just all good at the same thing as you. What good is it for the body to all be good at the one thing? We all can't be the foot. No, there's the hand that's necessary, and the eyes and the ears. We all have our gifts and talents, and we all have our weaknesses. That in our weaknesses, we need something and someone to be strong. I love that the Bible says God is made perfect. His strength is made perfect in our weakness. And if you're watching this right now, I want you to know that in your weaknesses, God's strength is made perfect. And in the greatest, most awesome, amazing way, he surrounded you with people who reflect that, who reflect his image of him being strong in our weakness. He's given us people who are strong where we're weak. It's the greatest story ever told. The coolest thing to ever know. And God has called us to be effective in our lives and areas. You need to know your people. You need to surround yourself with those who are strong in the things that you're not as good at, I remember a mentor of mine, wasn't really good at small groups. So he had two options: to say, we don't need small groups at all, or, to partner with someone whose small groups was something they're really good at. And he chose the latter, and his ministry became that much more effective. It's hard for us to note our weaknesses, and yet when we call them out, God provides people to be strong in them. So the thing I'm leaving you guys with: know your people. Surround yourself with those who are here to make you stronger and better. And remember that God is made perfect in your weakness. Grace and peace.